talking with you.
And I thought he is the bard.
Ah, he's a lot of things.
Move along. I still have people to check on. Who might you be?
Oh, uh, my name's Carrie, and Carrie will look at Van. Does he see her?
He sees you.
Yeah. She says, "I'm here to guard Mr. Van Greenbit," and she looks dead at him and winks at him and smiles.
That, unfortunately, does not check out. Each nobleman is supposed to have only one bodyguard. Mr. Van, does this person speak truth? She tells me that she's here to bodyguard you, yet you already have a registered bodyguard. Oh, well, it wouldn't hurt to have two, and I'm quite sure that the owner of this special place will have no problems with me having two beautiful ladies at my side. The bodyguard, slightly confused. Well, if the nobleman says so, you're free to go, but likewise, your name is not on the list. Please store all of your weapons in the chest.
Didn't bring any, thanks.
Out of character, didn't you?
No, out of character, she did actually leave her sword.
Alright. As in, leave in the place?
She
You
only
don't.
has what she's wearing
Okay.
right now.
And another one. Are you a kobold?
Yes, sir. And I'm not on the list. You see, my master passed away and I have my freedom. So I wish to work here as a cook and provide my services. My name is Zashi, by the way.
He will give him a bow.
I'm sorry, but I was not informed that anyone would come seeking, how do I put it, enlistment, and I am not one to give positions of work in this establishment. Give me a moment, please. Can you do laundry, peel potatoes, and defeat rats in great number?
Yes, sir. I certainly can.
Then I believe we have a job for you. Store everything you have in the chest, including this dress, he says, as he pulls out what appears to be a commoner's clothing, child-sized.
Oh, but okay.
Oh dear Lord,
You
Karstag.
won't need the dress where you're going.
So do you want me to change here or?
Let's perhaps spare the guests out that side. Go downstairs and ask the cook around. Tell them that you're the new person. And I need to warn you, I've been there once or twice. The rats are gigantic.
Zashi nods her head. The only thing he would put in there is the Burning Hand Gauntlet. That's the only thing he has. So his AC is 14 right now. Let me change that.
Alright, the guard locks down the chest. As you move around, you can see several familiar faces. It appears that more people than you'd expect were invited into this party. Strangely enough, most of these you already know. The only new faces appear to be two heavily armored individuals that are standing right next to a nobleman in a pompous dress with a cane finished with a round obsidian stone.
Yes, you. God damn it, Dion. Like you know, you have really good taste. I love the Witcher.
The nobleman uses his staff, or his cane rather, to smack the ground 3 times. Please, a moment of silence. As you know, I am Count Damien Redwood, the owner of this fine establishment. If you find yourself among the guests, you have been therefore invited to join this fine party that we held in order to commemorate the finishing of rebuilding of the city of Horetis, which was destroyed in grand scale by the fiend calling himself the Three-Eyed Ram. I do hope that the state will do something to punish this vile creature. Since I have used my fortune to help rebuild the city, I believe holding such a party is of great concern to me and to those who benefit of it. Please enjoy the drinks, the food, and of course, he does not finish.
You said he does
Give
not
me a
finish.
moment.
Oh,
Give
oh.
me a moment. Roll 20s as usual, deciding to screw me in a very important moment.
Ah, gotcha. Nobody won't ever recognize Mulvin.
Note of character. What do you see on the map?
Oh God,
Oh, everything's black.
everything black.
I need to reload. Give me a moment.
Wait a minute. Out of character. We heard a rumor that Cohen regularly goes to Redwood Inn.
No such thing was mentioned. I'm back. Okay, it's working now.
I think it was session 8. Anyway.
Don't see. I'm gonna refresh it.
It should be dark. Suddenly,
Oh,
everything goes dark. Those of you with dark vision, you're quite sure it is not regular darkness. Those of you with devil's sight, you're quite sure that's not your regular physical or magical darkness. Whatever it is, it must be of higher power. Suddenly, Caden, you can hear the sound of wood hitting the floor as something heavy drops right where you stand. Mulvan, you can also hear the object falling. And you can hear dripping droplets of some liquid.
Can I try and reach out for where Edmund was?
You can hear Mulvin scream.
bloody hell is going on?
Oh my god.
No.
The darkness
Oh.
disperses mere seconds after you've realized its presence. Suddenly you see a dead body in the middle of the tavern as most guests either gasp or scream, except Kastak, his smoking pot.
Is Marvin covered in blood?
Your feet, yes.
Oh, thank God, just his feet.
What is the meaning of this? Shouts out Count Damien from the middle of the room. I invite you here for free. I do my best to provide food, service, and entertainment. And this is how you repay me? Blue Mage! Close this section! Kastak, a little confused, suddenly realizing that there is a dead body, took him a while, stands up and claps unnaturally loudly. Suddenly, everyone can sense a gust of wind as the main entrance closes itself. Arcane glyphs appear on the lock. No one leaves, no one enters. Until we find out who is responsible for this transgression. And when we do, I want this person brought to me so I may deliver justice personally. No one insults Lord Damien Redwood like this.
While Redwood is talking, Matt would cast Gentle Repose.
Alright.
Is he dead or is he bleeding out?
Give me a moment. I shall await in my room. You, mercenary, he says, looking at Anu. Anu, currently with his cheeks stuffed with what appears to be half of a donut and a chicken leg. You are to stay in front of the door to my room and be my mouth if someone has questions. Instead of swallowing, he just nods. The Count and his 2 bodyguards leave to the upstairs. You're left in the turmoil, as most of the guests are, at that point, unwilling to continue eating or even talking to each other. They simply look in disbelief and wait for future events.
What is he doing?
By he, who do you mean?
Francois. That pointed.
Eats a cheese roll.
Can I do an insight check on him? Does he seem surprised?
Okay.
Matt, can you cast Revivify on
That-
him?
That's the thing. If he's being targeted, and well, if that happens again, we would need to revive him again.
Okay, then you don't believe you see any sign of uneasiness coming from Francois. He appears to be quite... how do I put it? He's not that he's not surprised, and more like he's composed.
I see.
I wanna make a medicine check on Eggman. What are you gonna do, Kate?
Caden wants to help you with the medicine check to see what the cause of death is. Was it a slash wound, a magical effect?
Mulvan, as you examine the body, you can tell that you see no slash marks, no physical trauma, but you do see that all the blood comes from the opening in the creature's head. from mouth, from nostrils, from ears, and from the corners of his eyes.
Um, w- was he poisoned?
Hard to
No.
tell.
This looks like a spell to
Yes,
me.
it looks like a spell. Probably powerful psychic damage.
What it seems.
Hmm.
I mean,
while we're-
when
DM, if it's okay, like remember when Mulvin got hit with the Mind Lance? Would it be like when you take psychic damage, you have eyes and you start bleeding from your eyes, nose, and mouth? When you take psychic
Yes.
damage? Yeah.
It looks quite similar, yet in much greater scale.
Before Grit says anything, since we're all huddled around here, he's gonna cast silence just around the party and I guess Edmund's corpse, and say, I've heard of spells like this, and tend to be favored by bards. So I guess that doesn't need to be said who my main yeah, I see that arrow.
You can see someone waving in your general direction. It is Francois. It appears that he wishes to speak.
Kaden, do you think you can see anything, any tracks?
Is there any sign of someone getting near Edmund?
Please roll me investigation.
Matt would help if it helps and cast guidance.
Nope.
You don't spot any tracks, but you spot two other interesting things. One with your investigation, one with your passive perception. Your passive perception alerts you that under one of the table, finishing off a chicken leg, is a familiar gnome. It appears that he was deliberately hiding for some reason. Another thing is a small bump in the front pocket of Mr. Edmund's garb.
I guess being
Like
his
something's inside.
being his bodyguard, I would check what it is, see if it's something important.
I'd like to have Mulvin whisper to Matt.
Mr. Monochrome might be here because it's just like the psychic damage I took.
Yes, if this is any case, it should be something similar. It may not be exactly Mr. Monochrome, but maybe someone in allies with him? I don't know. This is very fishy.
Caden, the object inside of Edmund's pocket was a crumpled note. You spot that one of its corners is slightly dripped in blood. It must have been packed there after Mr. Edmund collapsed.
Unfold it.
Do you wish to read its contents, or do you want to keep it to yourself?
He would read it to himself first. Just in case he's...
Alright, eyes out. We don't know who. We still don't know who did this.
I usually can see in magical darkness, but I couldn't see a thing.
Yeah, Melvin and Grit said that this spell is usually used by bards, and this is similar to Mr. Monochrome's spell.
I would hand the note to Matthias. I'm just gonna post what it says in chat. And while we're all huddled together, I would tell everyone. Or I would just hand the note to everyone without saying out loud what it says.
Fuck.
I think we should bring Cern Miller with this into this. He gains nothing from this kind of games.
Is Francois still like gesturing towards him?
Now with both hands.
What do you want?
Oh, how kind of you to finally speak to me again after we parted our ways. I am Francois Eugene IV. And it occurs to me that once again you've managed to put yourself into quite a danger.
It would seem that way.
So, what do you think about this entire endeavor? And I am not asking this because I used to be your companion and I care about you. I am asking because the more people know about your adventures, the more fame I might get as a person who used to be one of your kind.
Are you here?
I, Francois Eugene IV, has obviously been invited due to me having the status of a great hero. After all, without my tips back then in the Ten Fingers hideout, you would have never found out that it was in fact the three-eyed Rum himself who pulled the strings.
Can I do a general insight check on him?
Of course.
I'll help. If I can help with insight. I don't trust him.
Just seeing if he's nervous or if he's trying to hide anything. Oh dear.
He appears to be the most trustworthy person you've ever met.
I don't trust you, Alan.
I don't trust myself either, but I'm still here.
We don't trust Francois, that's for sure.
But I think I will give you a small tip. Like I said, I was back in the hideout of the Ten Fingers, back there on that memorable night, and I know that 5 of them, or rather 4 of them, have been killed. I believe that this attack has been concocted by none else than Bud Milo himself, and, he says, looking at the stage, we do seem to have a very good bard in here, don't you think? I'm quite sure that this person is Bud Milo, and he is definitely using his vile skills to murder people around. He smiles.
Yes, that would seem to be the more obvious conclusion.
That is the only conclusion. It is I, Francois Eugene IV, that states so.
Usual. See, invisibility goes off. I'm scanning the room.
As you look around the room, you can also see Anu, as one of his hand is touching the side of his temple. It appears that he likewise is scanning the room with his fake eye that can see invisibility, yet to no avail.
I guess we lock eyes and nod at each other and then continue our business.
He points upstairs. It appears that he is going to follow Mr. Redwood,
Yeah.
mutually agreeing to leave the things to you. Looks like he trusts you.
Any blood on Francois?
Yes, you spot several red droplets on his clothes. No, that's just wine.
Hey, Grits, can you help me secure Edmund's corpse until this is over?
I would like to, but I also kind of want to, the old saying, friends close, enemies closer. And also, sort of maintain my appearance as a performer. But I do think. I guess. Oh, Grits has message now, so he'll just kind of point to Matt and say, like, into his head, if we can clean up the murder like it never happened, like get the body out, clean the blood, all that, and I were to use a spell like Modify Memory, I only have one shot, but if I can make the killer forget that they killed Edmund, they might get really confused. That's kind of a shot in the dark, but
Yeah.
either way, I feel like at least trying to get something out of Cohen.
Alright, if we're going to leave the body, at least it's preserved for now.
But yeah, getting it out of here would be good. It doesn't sound like this person is interested in killing Edmund. It's just they're playing a game with us. So
Isn't the entrance
And-
blocked off by magical fort or something?
oh yeah, we can't leave. Well, and that's as good as we're gonna get.
Yeah, I just want to secure Edmund in case they damage the body and make reviving him impossible.
Yeah, I agree. It's so sad because Edmund had already he was already so damn depressed. He probably
Welcome.
he could have drank himself to death any day, but he shouldn't go out this way. Well, what do you guys say about me just, going up on stage and just trying to get the show to go on, see if I can keep him distracted, and then hopefully, if it is him, I can be close if he tries to do something.
Watch out, I guess. Can't really help you there.
Yeah. Oh, but you know what? I also want to talk to this guy. What are you doing hiding under the bar eating chicken?
Hello, first of all. That's a nice hat. I was trying to hide myself because I'm not really aware of what I'm doing in this place. I wasn't exactly expecting myself to be invited. But
Okay, so you were
I
invited.
did. I don't exactly come from a higher class, as you know, and I don't want to be made fun of. So I decided to just go for free food and eat everything I can and pack everything I can into a bag.
Sure.
And then I see a body drop out of nowhere.
And you were hiding under here the whole time.
Yes?
How much food did you put in your bag? Let me see.
He opens the bag. You can see it is already filled to the very brim with every good things you can see on the table. Some of the pudding has also spilled. It's a yucky mess.
Well, Grits will grab a buffalo wing out and nibble on it. Your story does seem to check out.
Means shoot yourself.
From what we know about Merity, he is a kind of your more typical gnomish. He's like a tinkerer. Do we know that he is a caster of any capability?
You've never seen him cast any type of spell.
Can Grits, I guess I don't know what kind of check to pretend that he's gonna polymorph Merity into a frog or something and see if he has any reaction?
It's deception.
Okay. Yeah, I want to pretend to maybe cast Zone of Truth or Charm just some kind of see if he has a reaction to that. Boop.
Well, I can see that you're forming magical signs. I don't know what the